Hi there and welcome to the first episode in a new series. This is Tropico 5 and I absolutely love the Tropico series. I did a full Let's Play series of Tropico 4 not too long ago, last year, and it's a brilliant game. I've already played about 2 hours of Tropico 5 or so, but I actually got completely invaded and completely obliterated. But it taught me the basics, so that's all we need to know. I only got past the first two eras, I think, so there's plenty more for me to do now. The main differences between Tropico 4 and Tropico 5 are the eras and the dynasties. So the dynasties is your character and your string of characters, so you can actually have more than one now. And the eras is you start in the colonial era, then you go into the World War era, then the Cold War era, and so on and so forth, and you unlock new buildings as you progress. Instead of just, like in Tropico 4, you got to a certain year and you unlocked a certain type of building. It didn't really have any relevance. But now it does have a big relevance, and the missions are a lot more in depth. So, let's get started with a new game. Let's get started with a new sandbox and a new dynasty. And we're going to call our dynasty, obviously, it's going to be called RandomAlien. Of course, I deleted my old dynasty because it was completely pointless keeping it because I got absolutely obliterated. But yeah. So, what should we start with? Let's start with me. Let's create me and let's call him. Oh, I can only Adolfo RandomAlien. Let's start with Alonso. I think that's a good name. Oh wow, there's actually a ridiculous amount of names. Let's go with Bruno. I like that name. And we got skills. So, in terms of like Tropico 4, you used to be able to select from a massive list. Now you can only select from a few. There's a fair few here, but it's not as good. So we could reduce pollution. We could give an extra 200 annual income. We could global effectiveness of production buildings increased by 2. All Tropican soldiers inflict 2% more damage. I think that we're going to go for a whole military type thing, so that could be quite cool. Race, I am as Caucasian as they get. I'm quite pale. And face, what should we go for in the face? Let's go for a small face with a big nose. That looks pretty good. Okay, so costume. What have we got? Casual suit, Cold War, dictator, astronaut, greaser. I quite like the casual suit. Let's go for the casual suit. Main colour. I quite like the red suit actually, to be honest. Hair. Let's give myself lots of lovely long curls. Ooh, that's awesome. I like that. Nice big beard. Soap opera hair. And the hair colour. Kind of fancying that green actually. No, let's not go for something too outrageous. Let's go for the white. Made myself look nice and respectable there. No hat. Accessory. Oh, there's a main colour and a supplementary colour there. Ah, red all over. That looks good to me. And let's get. I wonder if they do cigars. Is that a cigar? Yeah, it's always got to be the cigar. Beautiful. Right, so let's go for a. Should we go for an actual map or just a generated map? Let's just go for a randomly generated map. Let's go for hilly map with adequate resources. We don't want to go too far, and the climate will be normal. So just everything absolutely normal apart from island size, which will have as huge confirmed settings. So we've got generated map. Starting area is going to be the colonial, so we'll start right at the beginning. Starting population, we'll start with just 100 people. Starting money, we'll start with, say, I don't know what would be the normal, right in the middle, 20,000, why not? Economic difficulty, medium. Political difficulty, medium. Disasters, occasional. That's all medium, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go for absolutely medium throughout everything and start the game. Okay, so just the same as Tropico 4. We're actually on a hill. Check that out. So just the same as Tropico 4, you start with your palace and a couple of Teamsters construction office, a few houses, and there is a random pig ranch as well. And we have, do we have 100 people? Yeah, we do. We've got 100 people. So we've also immediately got 2 missions. So we've got a mission here, license to trade.
I got a deal for you today. As Crown Representative, I can offer you your very own trading license.
See, that seems pretty good to me. We do need to start trading. So what can we actually get? So the platinum package Gives all of the silver package as well as not one, not two, but 3 special trade offers. But the silver package is just standard trade, and also we could actually buy trade license from the Dutch. Which would save us quite a bit of money. And when I actually did a tryout of this for the last couple of hours, I played around with 100k. So I think that we could possibly do with saving some cash right now. So let's just buy a trading license from the Dutch. We've also got a mission up here.
His Majesty is fond of setting fire to things. He has decided to build the world's largest bonfire and needs all the wood he can get.
Cool. So we need to build a logging camp. And when we build the logging camp, our mandate will be extended by 6 months. Now this is cool. Instead of, in the colonial era, instead of having an actual year, you have a mandate. And they will let you do whatever you want for as long as you want, so long as you actually keep extending your mandate. But if the mandate runs out, you'll get invaded. So we'll accept that mission, and immediately, how much of this island? Also, there's the fog of war as well, which is another big change. And can we actually, there's a ramp there, there's a ramp there. Yes, there's a couple of ways down. I think that's a ramp as well, isn't it? Yeah. So the fog of war we can't actually build in there. We can explore it in the colonial era, but then there's a technology that you can research later on that actually reveals the whole map. So let's get started with some royal resources, and we're going to get a logging camp, and let's put a logging camp over here, shall we? Let's put it about there, and let's also get a road and just link that up to the logging camp. For now, we also need to link this up as well, don't we? So let's put a road out to there first for now, and can we do? That'd be a bit of a curvy road. I've never been a big fan of curvy roads. How much of a straight road can we get from there? Yeah, we can get a straight road up there. Beautiful. And we'll go for a nice straight road from there to there as well. And let's just delete that bit of excess road. Don't need that. I've never been a big fan of curvy roads. They kind of mess up your buildings, and you're not allowed to. You can't really build in a great way if you have a big curvy road. But hey, we've got the logging camp there. It's all connected to the road. So these are our builders. Greetings. I really shouldn't do impressions. So yeah, what else can we start? Are there any mines around? There's a mine there. Now I found a little trick out with these mines. So this sort of rock formation here indicates a mine. Now when it's in the fog of war, you can't click it, you can't see what it's going to be. However, if you go and pretend you're building a mine, which we need to research the shovel technology, and you hover over it, it'll tell you what mine is going to put there. So if it's bauxite, then it'll say bauxite mine, that sort of thing. And so let us start by researching the shovel, and we'll also research the sickle, and some cowboys as well. But we won't actually be able to research anything until I think we need to build a library to research things. Oh, but there is a gold deposit right here. Now that's really cool. That gives us a lot of early money if we can research that.
Has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Ah, so he likes the fact that I built this logging camp. There's a little bit too much, but I think what we're going to do... should we go for Swiss bank? I didn't do much with the Swiss bank in the Tropico 4 playthrough, so tempted to go for the extra cash in the Swiss bank this time. Although we could have an extra 12 months. No, let's go for the Swiss bank money. Yeah, it's all about the Swiss bank account. So the other thing is upgrades in logging camps, that sort of thing. They unlock in certain eras. So these upgrades are unlocked in the Cold War, and that's unlocked in the World Wars. So we can't get any upgrades yet. So for example, reforestation, which you kind of need because this will just all these woods will go after a while. We can't actually unlock that until we're in World Wars. So that's that.
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor. We need more scientists to think important thoughts and discover new stuff.
Definitely. So, our objective now, build a library. So let's have a think. Where do we want to put our education centre? Should we put it in front of the palace, or should we have... Let's leave the front of the palace for military. and keep that sort of thing there. And so let's go into the back here, and let's have a library out the back. And we can have, should we put it there? Which way round does it go? It goes that way round. Yeah, why not? Let's put it there. And we could probably do with some more houses actually. So let's just go and do that as well. So again, house is unlocked in World Wars, but at the moment we can only build country house or mansions. So let's build a few country houses, and let's build them this way around, shall we? So they've got the garden near to the road. We'll just build 4 of those because we've already got 4 there, and that'll do nicely. We also need to start thinking about some food as well. So let's go and get. So we've only got 6 grand left too. So we need to think about actually exporting some stuff. So we could do a plantation, a ranch, or a wharf for food. Ranches are pretty damn cheap, but let's get a wharf so we've actually got some variety in our diet. And can we actually place this anywhere? Can't be placed anywhere over here. What about over here? No, requires specific marine deposits, so we don't actually have any fish nearby, so we can't place a wharf. Okay, so ranch it is, I guess. And there's plenty of spaces for ranch at the moment, so let's just go and plonk one down behind the library. No, I don't really want to plonk one down behind the library. Let's just plonk one down opposite the other ranch. And this will be, what should we get? So we've got pigs, so let's go for the cattle, so we've still got lots of meat. And we could probably do with a plantation as well, and probably like a corn plantation, so we've actually got lots of food. So let's go and grab a corn plantation and shove that down here. Should we put it there, or should we put it over here? Let's put it there. It's going to eat into the ranch area a little bit, but I want to leave that space for the road so that we can actually extend that road out when the time comes. Very cool. So now we just wait for things to build. And you can also assign managers to different buildings as well. So for a construction office, you can actually go and assign a manager and say build a union leader, which will increase job quality, an altruist, which will increase the wealth for 20% of the workers in the building. And there are actually loads of different manager types that you can build, but until they actually expose themselves, you don't get them. One way to actually get those is there's a research, I think there's an edict called census. So you can do a census which will actually give you loads more manager options. But until you do that, you're only stuck with the fair few that you've got at the beginning. So this library should be completed fairly soon, 78% at the moment. And we are struggling with cash a little bit. How much are we going to actually export? We're going to export about 2 grand when the ship arrives. It's a similar export thing to how Tropico 4 used to work as well. So a ship will arrive every 6 months. You can actually set up additional trade routes as well. So we can go into trade and you can add a ship. So I have 1 ship and I can add that to trade with pineapples, fish or whatever. So I can add the ship there, which will set up a trade export. But other than that, it's mostly just the same as Tropico 4 there. And this library is finished now, so we should be getting a message from the Crown. Or did we already get it? I don't think we got a message from the Crown yet. But at least we can actually research things now. So the research, just the shovel will be done in 12 months, and then we can actually start mining gold. And that's when we start getting some serious amounts of cash. So as soon as we get that gold mine underway, we'll actually be able to sort ourselves out with cash properly. So how are these new houses doing? Are these new houses all populated? Not quite. Still a fair few people in these shacks. How many people do we have? 100. And we've got 8 houses. Each house can hold 4 families. What's 4 times 8? 24. Times 2 is about 48. So we could potentially, we'll still have loads of homeless people, but it's a start at least. Let's go and actually get a little bit more. Let's get another house down here by the logging camp so that people don't have to walk very far. Here's our new ranch. So that'll give us a little bit more food as well. And then the corn plantations next. So what else can we start thinking about building now? So we've got plantation, we've got ranch. We can't build any wharfs at the moment. We've got a logging camp. We could potentially build another logging camp, and that should give us a little bit of extra money. Don't need any of that stuff. We could get a tavern. That's always a good idea, to buy a nice tavern. So let's build a tavern. Should we build one there? Don't really want to build one too... Yeah, why not? Let's build one there. And let's also just build a small garden right next to it as well. And then we can actually hit the R button for a road and extend the road out a little bit so that people can get to the tavern. Beautiful. Actually starting to make things look nice as well. The Crown sends you $5,000. That's nice of them.
His Majesty wants to exchange wood for sheep. Wood for sheep, anyone? Well, if you don't want sheep, then I guess you'll have to take money instead.
I would much prefer money to sheep, to be honest. So let's export 5,000 logs. Sounds like a good plan. We might actually open up another logging camp then, if that's the case, if we're going to start exporting logs. So where should our next logging camp be? We could potentially put one down there. It's either up here or it's over here. Let's put one over here. Let's put another logging camp around about here somewhere, although that's on a hill, so maybe I want to put it on the end there. So there. Will you let me do that? Yes, you will. Beautiful. So we're going to get that logging camp. We'll get rid of all these trees as well. And where's that damn shovel technology? Another 9 months for the shovel. Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. And what else can we start thinking about building as well? We don't need mansions. No, that's just a bit too extravagant. Entertainment, we've got a tavern on the go. Luxury entertainment, we could build an opera house. Tourism, nothing tourist related yet. They're all unlocked in either Cold War or modern times. We could do with a Catholic mission and a grocery. So let's go and get those two. Which way round does this go? I'd say that way round. So let's put that there, and let's also get a grocery next to it as well. Grocery next to the Catholic mission. And this is our kind of residential learned area, which is all very cool. So we can get a lighthouse, which also provides additional trade offers, and we can start with military as well. So in fact, we do want to start thinking about military quite early on. So let's go and get a couple of guard towers. Should we put the guard towers near the beach? That's all very uneven land there. We won't be able to build much down there. So let's start with guard towers over here then. Just trying to think where the best place to put them is. Should put one there and one there. Why not? And then we might have a bigger military building in front, right in front of the palace there, which would be quite nice. Well, the other thing you can do is hit the explore button here, and that'll cost £1,000. We don't have £1,000 at the moment, but you can hit explore and it'll send a little expedition across to, say, this mine over here. The explore isn't very cost efficient. It's very expensive for what it is. They literally walk there and they'll reveal maybe that sort of amount of fog of war. It's not like you can hit explore and they'll go and, you know, walk everywhere around the map. It's literally a tiny area. So like this mine, you can say explore this mine for me and they will. So it's not very cost efficient. It's, if you want to go and if you're really in dire need of a mine or two, then yes, but it's probably more worth it just waiting until the next era, the World Wars era, so you can actually get the fog of war all destroyed. Not destroyed. What's the word? Like, get rid of the entire fog of war. We haven't exported all that much. We're still in the negative, but that should sort itself out soon. So we just need to wait for these logs to finish now. Oh, we've got our second logging camp up and running, but that's cool. Let's get a house next to that logging camp as well. Should we put it there? Yeah, why not? Alright, we've got another mission now.
Freedom will never simply be given to us. We must take it by force. We need to train our own soldiers. Soldiers that are ready to fight and die for our homeland.
Sounds like a plan. We need to prepare ourselves for the coming conflict. You should task our scientists to begin researching the necessary technologies. The trigger. I will accept this mission. And what is our... Whoops, wrong button. Research. Where are we? So we're currently researching the shovel. We can't actually research the trigger until we've researched at least one of these other ones. Let's get rid of cowboys and research the trigger after the sickle. So we'll get the shovel and the sickle, and then the trigger. Cool. Here's another mission just arrived for us.
Your family's rather rollicking love life has led to an unexpected pregnancy.
See, now this is really cool because this will actually give us a new heir or a new member of our dynasty. So we can either organise a quick wedding, another new Catholic mission. We don't really want to do all of that. Would that suffice as a new Catholic mission? Interesting. We could do that. We could get a good scandal, or we could not acknowledge the child. Let's organise a quick wedding, and hopefully,
Your family's rather rollicking love.
let's hope that that actually registers as a new Catholic mission. So when this completes, it'll tell us whether or not we can actually. Come on, people, build the Catholic mission. Do we have a Catholic mission now?
As the air was born,
Yes!
all animals became quiet. A light shone through the skies, and La Chupacabra herself went to the crib and bowed to the infant. At least, that is what we will write in the history books.
Awesome sauce. So, you can actually choose when the child is born what sort of quality they're going to have. So, it could either be an agent, which will detect hidden roles in Tropico 10% faster, a supervisor, construction speed increased by 10%, or a tycoon, increased effectiveness of all buildings on max budget by 1. I quite like the idea of the tycoon, actually. Although supervisor construction speed increased by 10% as well. They're all very good. But I think I'm going to have to go for the tycoon. Check it out. 70s. Yeah, I quite like that costume, actually. What colour should we go for? Let's go for a nice bright pink, actually. Light pink. Supplementary colour. Ooh, yellow. That looks amazing. That looks strangely familiar. I don't know why that dress looks familiar, but it does. Hair, let's have a little think. I quite like that hairstyle. That's a good hairstyle. Short hair. Afro. Let's go for the long hair. Hair colour, let's go for the green. Let's go for punk. Where's punk green? No hat, but let's go and get the cigar. It's got to be you've got to have any dictator or any, anyone ever has to have a cigar, basically. In this game, in Tropico, any El Presidente has to have a cigar. It's just the rules. Estella, random alien. Okay. So, let's... right, okay. Let's just select
Praise be I.
Praise be I. Okay, so now we have Bruno, and we have Estella is somewhere as well. I wonder where she is. There she is.
What now?
Estrella, sorry, not Estella. So they'll just walk around and do whatever they want to. And you can actually say, go into the palace and you can select your manager. And you can say, let's have Estrella manage the palace. And you hit hire there, and Estrella now manages the palace. Which is really cool. So now we've got El Presidente, Bruno, random alien, and Estrella, who is now managing the palace. Which is all very, very cool. And our grocery's up and running now as well. Very good. Okay, I think I'm going to bring this episode to a close here. I've been rambling on enough for one day. But this is a really cool game. I'm really loving this game at the moment. So you'll probably see quite a lot more of this in the coming days and weeks. But we are in the red a little bit.
Our research team, that is to say me, discovered the shovel 40 times. If I find out who put it there, I will kill him. Anyway, I gave it to the miners so they can put it somewhere safe. Like underground.
Thank you very much, Penultimo, and we're going to leave it there for the day. So I will say thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye now.